Well, I suppose I should just start out with an extension of goodwill by offering a greeting to those of you out there that have decided to spend a little bit of time with me today. Just a guy with a mic here on the ʻkōjənt talk channel. I'm your host, Bobby Sage. Just a guy with a blog page, if you will. And being rather, new to this experience of podcasting, it's easy to become overwhelmed because there's just so much to talk about. There's a wide array of topics to just openly discuss and consider having open conversation about. So it's as I wrangle with this, it's really hard to pinpoint where to start. I've already posted a few blogs anyway, and it's my intention to accompany the blog content with the podcast content. At least that's the hope. And we all know what can happen with plans, right? So I'm just going to go with it right off the cuff here today. And you'll have to pardon the squeaking in the background because I'm on a conventional office chair, right? And this is not like I've tended to say before a number of times that this is not a sanitary situation, sanitary studio situation. It's not really a clean studio, as I like to call it. So modern technology being what it is, enabling anyone that's willing to provide content with the hopes of someday developing an audience, which I like to do. Today, what I would like to start touching on, because I know this is going to be just one in a number of installments regarding this particular topic today. The screen graphic there, FM-2003 or 6-2003, ethnic cleansing operations. And there have been others that have spoken about this, that have touched on this, more popular social content creators, social justice warriors, if you will, and others that have talked about this in depth. And this is a publication that I started off reading, and it's about, it shows here at 143 pages. And I'm looking at it right now. I actually have it pulled up. There's a quotation at the beginning of it. I don't know if you've read it. I'm just assuming that there are a number of you that have not. And I'm not going to sit here today and actually read it. I'm just going to provide you my impressions. I'm just going to skim over it because I'm looking into researching this more in the future, and in future, hopefully in future postings, I'll be able to shed some light on it, shed a little perspective on it. There are a number of people that do not necessarily believe that we are in a race war, as has been suggested by other social commentators, ones that are actually having some measure of success at doing this thing and getting the information out there, that are proponents and advocates for black media, of which I feel the same way. I feel that there is a viable need for black media resources, and that's also a show within itself. It touches home with me because I'm of that position of being black, a descendant of slaves, American descendant of slaves in America. I've done my research as far as my lineage goes. But that's another show in and of itself, right? So welcome to today. I'm going to talk about ethnic cleansing operations and touching on it on FM 6-2003 or 6-20003. And it says on the second or third page in, it says July 2003 that it was published, not copyrighted, distribute widely. And there's a quotation that I found that was really interesting here. In this war, your uniform will be your skin, and you cannot take it off. It's by an unnamed author, or the author. And I think they're at the last page. Let me skip up to the last page here and identify the author. Let's see. It's got photographs. It's got different resource information here that's, needless to say, very vital. It's highly vital. And I'm going to skim here to page 142 of this document. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to read verbatim everything that's in here. So many different items here. Okay, it says, about the author, and there's a I gotta pull this up too. It's actually a cross hairs or cross symbol that's identifying of a white supremacist group. It says, I deeply regret being unable to reveal my identity to this reading audience, but the racial and political situation in the United States has become so dangerous that to do so would result in my death. Keeping my anonymity will allow me to write additional works to benefit the white race. What can be revealed is that I am a racially conscious, college-educated white man, a military veteran. I have served with honor in militia organizations, entering as a low-level officer and working up to the rank of general. In addition to planning and directing large field exercises, I was the director of classroom instruction in a large underground militia for over a decade. My topics of instruction included storage planning, tactical operations, logistics, high-tech communications, and combined arms operations. This manual is a result of more than 3 decades of research and experience. I trust that the readers of this manual will copy and share it with every racially conscious white person they know. I encourage you to not only copy this book into compact discs, but also to post it on your websites where it can be downloaded at no charge. God bless the white race. July 4th, 2003, on page 142 here of this manual, Ethnic Cleaning Operations. So there you have it. It is a manual. It's been identified as such. So my question is, well, what are you going to take from it? I mean, this is information that's out there on the internet, right? Let me go over the table of contents with you, along with the forward and the introductions. Chapter 1, Why Ethnic Cleansing. Chapter 2, Historic Examples. The Scrub Brushes of Ethnic Cleansing. Chapter 3. Chapter 4, Who Will Fight. Chapter 5, How To. Chapter 6, Operation Blackout. Chapter 7, When. The question of when. Epilogue, recommended reading, and different appendices or appendix A through D, including Amtrak stations, military bases, Psy-War poster, and such. I see this being very, very eye-opening, very troubling to say the least. And I think it's worth looking into, personally. And like I say, I'm going to actually do more inquiry into this, and I'll be posting content in the near future discussing this topic. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at cogentconvo@gmail.com. That's cogent, COGENT, convo, CONVO, all one word, at gmail.com. So for now, just wanted to start off with that. I'll probably come up with another part here in the next presentation here soon. Thanks very much, and have a look at that. I'm going to post a link to this, actually one of the links that makes this available, so that way you can possibly read it yourselves and look into it. But in the meantime, in between time, it's Bobby Sage here on the ʻkōjənt Talk channel, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace.